Welcome to Planning Traffic. Today's episode's coming from Atlanta, but I am doing it. This is gonna be a little different. You know, I do like to visit cemeteries. I've talked about this before. I have multiple episodes in cemeteries around Philadelphia and Texas, Philadelphia, PA, and Texas, and all over. I go to Oakland Cemetery every couple months. It's just something I do, and it's something that I just appreciate the serenity, the quiet, and the nature of them. And this place right here is no different. And today's episode is coming from UTOY Cemetery, the oldest cemetery in Atlanta. There's like different, when you do different searches about UTOY Cemetery, I believe there's a burial here from 1816. Ooh, let me see my notes. I'll tell you what, there's nothing like what I'm going to show you in a second. Yeah, the oldest cemetery in Atlanta, it was used for burials since 1816. I've seen 1828. Let's face the facts, it's the early 19th century. This goes back pre-Civil War. So there's stones in here that you're probably not going to be able to read that were set in place well over 200 years ago. Or let's just say 200. That's a fair number. And so today I'm going to not talk much and just cue the music and check out the different visuals to see in UTOY Cemetery. Oh, cue the music. So UTOY Cemetery is actually 3.5 acres. Oldest cemetery in Atlanta. So I'm still trying to look and see if there's any remains of the primitive Baptist, UTOY Primitive Baptist Church, which was the oldest in the county. That was used as a field hospital for Confederate and Union captured soldiers, specifically from the Battle of UTOY Creek. This looks like, I wonder if the mower was in there. It makes you wonder sometimes, I mean, the maintenance of the grounds. I mean, it almost gives it an even more eerie vibe, considering the historical nature of the cemetery, the age of it, but also, you know, yeah, it's just, I mean, it is super grown out. And for a guy that's walking around right now with poison ivy, it's like, yeah. I mean, I'm almost kind of cannot identify what poison ivy is. I know it's not this magnolia tree. And look at these stones, look at these headstones right below it. I'm gonna go look and see. Let's go look and see the date on this stone over here. Yeah, that's 1899, 1884. I just wonder if whoever was taking care of it, something happened to them. It's interesting right here. Some stones are barely visible. It's just, you know, for some, at least the way I walk around them, like I don't want to step on them, of course. When I know my parents, my sister passed when I was a young kid. She passed when she was 8 years old. My parents they were always like, don't even walk. She's buried at UTOY Cemetery in Philadelphia. Actually, my mom and dad and my sister. And my parents would always say, don't. There would be like kind of an invisible line, probably 5 feet from each stone, row of stones up there. She'd be like, just stay in the middle out of respect for the graves. And I was like, absolutely. I mean, hey, okay, sounds good to me. Makes sense. Look at this. When I get back out in the street, I'm going to check and see if this is the Temple of Christ Church, and I'm wondering if that was the UTOY Primitive Baptist Church, and you know, renovated, or maybe it was sat on that property, because they do reference that. Anytime you do a search of UTOY Cemetery, they do mention the building that was next to the cemetery. And yeah, it's very, you know, I didn't expect, really been a review on like a Google search of UTOY Cemetery. There's a Wikipedia of it. I'll show you the historical marker that's out on right beyond the street entrance. And yeah, I didn't expect it to be so overgrown. And even me finding a level of beauty with that, just the old stones and growth around it, the nature's growth around it. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect it to look like this. So That definitely interests me. And honestly, my favorite spot is this wrought iron. I showed that in the video already, this wrought iron right here. Yeah, anytime I see the gates actually open, it always interests me. Now, this gate here, unless you really clean that out, yeah, it's probably not even swinging at this point. Yeah, probably not. Considering the other one's probably buried. It's always interesting when it's open. But yes. Ooh. Just look at this stone right here. Headstone. So this is the Temple of Christ Church, and the UTOY Cemetery is right here. So Cahaba Drive, that was easy enough. Cahaba Drive, right here on the corner of Venetian and Cahaba Drive, so we're definitely in the southwest of Atlanta, is the Temple of Christ Pentecostal Church, which was, I don't know if it was the previous church, but at one point, and this is from a very friendly neighbor that lives around, that I was just talking to, and said that this was the UTOY Primitive Baptist Church, and apparently it was, you know, there's been renovations to it, but this is the actual building right here. So it's good to know that. I confirmed that with somebody right here. And you know, that's got the history I explained earlier about the being the field hospital during the Civil War. And that was that right there. Right next to, let's see if it opens up a little bit here. Right next to the UTOY Cemetery. So I'm going to close this video out by showing the historical marker, talking about the historic UTOY Church, and it definitely references the summer of 1828. It was constituted August 15th, 1824, in a log house just west of here. The church was moved to its present location, which would be right beyond those trees, in the summer of 1828. But again, I also had information saying that they had actually had a burial here in 1816. So yeah, okay folks, UTOY Cemetery, National Register of Historic Places. And this will go right on my playlist of Mikey Heals and the cemeteries. And this will be, I believe, the oldest one I've been to. So I'll have to look at that as well. I don't know about the Friendship Cemetery, Friendship Church Cemetery out by where I live. I'm not sure about that part. But all right, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and I'll see you in the next episode. And ooh, another magnolia tree right here. Look at this. Oh,